Okay, good afternoon. Let's proceed to third quarter review for mali. Stop share. Stop record. Good afternoon. Let's proceed to the review for the third quarter in grade 10 SMAU part 2. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, sharing. Maximize my screen. Okay, let's start. Number 26, since it is a part 2 review. Number 26, the welder noticed that the electrode holder is overheating during use. What could be the most probable cause? So the problem is the electrode holder overheating as he used the machine. So if the electrode holder is overheating, the problem or the probable cause, is it faulty ground clamp? Is it is insufficient air ventilation, or is it incorrect electrode size? So in electrode size is not related to the problem. The problem is electrode holder overheating. Next, faulty ground clamp. I think it's not also the problem. It's not related. Insufficient air ventilation is not also the problem or the cause of the problem. So the cause of overheating of electrode is the loose connection in the cable. Next, if the welding machine is not producing arc despite proper setting, which part should be checked first? The problem is machine not producing arc. If it is not producing arc despite the proper settings, then you should check first the cable connection, electrode holder, ground clamp, or welding machine power switch. So let's proceed to the problem. Again, the machine is not producing arc. So you should check the cable connection. Possible the connection has been frayed or broken. Okay, sometimes if you fail to switch on the circuit breaker, then it will not produce arc. Another reason, if you fail to turn on the power switch of the machine, it will also not produce arc. But then the problem here is that the machine not producing arc despite proper settings, meaning there is no problem with the power switch of the machine, there's no problem with the power source with a breaker. So the only problem is the cable connection. Next, the welding machine produced excessive spark around the area of the ground clamp. What should be checked for potential issues? What's the problem? Excessive spark around the ground clamp. If you are a welder, then you must know that the spark must produce in the electrode or in the tip of your electrode and not in the ground clamp or not in the surround or part of your ground clamp. So you must check the potential issue. What's the potential issue? Is it electrode selection? Is it ground clamp connection? Is it the power cord or electrode holder? Again, the problem is there is a spark around the ground clamp. So if the problem is about the ground clamp, then you must check the connection of your ground clamp. It is not ideal to choose letter D, electrode selection, because it is not related to the problem. It is not ideal to choose power cord because it is not the problem, even the electrode holder. Let's focus to the problem. Spark in the ground clamp. So you must check the ground clamp connection. Next, you are welding and notice that the welding rod is sticking to the workpiece frequently. What is the most likely accessories to adjust or inspect? What's the problem here? You notice that your rod is sticking to the workpiece frequently. So if it is frequently sticking to the workpiece, to your work metal, then your focus must be lost. So you must adjust what? You must inspect what? The ground clamp, electrode holder, electrode size, or welding helmet. Again, the problem, electrode holder is keep on sticking to your workpiece. So it's not related to the welding helmet. So your welding helmet is not the right answer. If you choose ground clamp, also it's not related to the problem. Next is electrode size. There are different types of electrode and there are different brands of electrode, but the problem is it keep on sticking to the workpiece. There are types of electrode that is prone to sticking to the workpiece, but then the problem is frequently sticking. So you must adjust or inspect your electrode holder. Okay? Since you are holding the electrode holder, and then the electrode holder holds the electrode, so you can adjust the electrode holder position or make it a little farther from the metal so that it will not frequently sticking to the workpiece. Next, during a welding session, the electrode holder suddenly becomes loose and falls off. Which part should you inspect or should you inspect for failure? The problem here, electrode holder suddenly become loose and falls off. Since it was happen to your electrode holder, so you must inspect what? About power switch? It's not related to your electrode holder. Is it letter C, welding torch or nozzle? Is it related to the problem, electrode holder? No. Usually, welding torch nozzle is a relates to the oxyacetylene, but we are talking to simple small welding machine. So letter C is wrong. Is it related to workpiece surface to your metal? I think no. Again, the problem is electrode holder suddenly become loose and falls off. So you must inspect your electrode holder cable connection because that's the problem. Electrode holder. Next, a welder is having trouble maintaining consistent arc length while welding. Which accessory could be affecting this? What is arc length? It is the distance between your metal or workpiece from the tip of your electrode. The problem is, as a welder, you find it difficult. You have trouble maintaining consistent arc as you are welding. So which accessory could be affect this? Is it welding torch trigger? Welding torch trigger is usually by parts of oxyacetylene. So it's not the correct answer. Is it welding helmet? Welding helmet is not does not concern with the problem because again the problem difficulty in maintaining arc length. So that's not the correct answer. Is it ground clamp? No. So the correct answer is electrode holder. The problem, maintaining consistent arc length. Arc length is the distance between the tip of your electrode from the base metal. So since you are holding the electrode holder and then the electrode holder holds the electrode, so this is the accessory that affect this. 32. While using the welding machine, the power supply cable seems to have frayed section. What should be done? So the problem is the cable of your power supply have frayed section. There are parts that have been frayed, meaning it is not in good condition, okay, to transfer electricity. So if it is the situation, what should you do? What should be done? Is it letter A, tape over the frayed section? It is not the safe way to do. Is it letter B, replace the power supply cable? Or letter C, change the welding rod? I think it's not related to the problem, changing the welding rod. Again, the problem, there is a frayed section of your power supply cable. Is it letter D, inspect the electrode holder? Electrode holder, I think it's not the correct answer. The correct answer is to replace the power supply cable since there is a frayed section of the cable. Next, the welder finds that the electrode is difficult to feed into the holder. What part of the small welding machine needs to be checked? What's the problem? Difficulty to feed into the holder. So the electrode is difficult to feed into the electrode holder. If that's the problem, what part of the machine should you check first? Is it electrode holder Joe springs? Is it ground clamp, power switch, or welding helmet? So welding helmet is responsible for the safety of your head and your face. So that's not concerned with the problem. That's not the right answer. Power switch is responsible for the flow of the current. Okay. Ground clamp is not also concerned with the problem. Again, the problem, difficulty of putting the electrode to your electrode holder. So what should be checked? Of course, the jaw, the electrode holder jaw spring. Next, after prolonged use, the welding machine starts producing erratic current. What accessory should be checked for wear or malfunction? The problem here is your machine producing erratic current. When we say erratic, it is not consistent. Sometimes high, sometimes low. Inconsistent. So what accessory should be checked for wear or malfunction? Let's go back to the problem. Erratic current produced by your machine. Is it concerned with the welding rod? Is it concerned with the ground clamp? Is it concerned with the power supply cable or electrode holder? Since the problem is the machine producing erratic current, you must check the electrode holder. Maybe some of the wire in the electrode holder is not tight properly. So you must tight it. You must check. Maybe some of the screw are not tightened properly. Check it. Because if the power supply is the reason or the cable of the power supply, then there will be no producing current. If the ground clamp is the problem, there will be no current. If the welding rod is the problem, I think it is not the best answer because there are different types of welding rod. And each type of rod has its specific purpose or specific use. But the concern problem here is your machine produce inconsistent or erratic current. So the best answer is electrode holder. Next, during welding job, the welder observed a sudden reduction in arc stability. So it's like the same with the previous problem. Okay, for number 34. What could be the cause related to the accessory? The problem here, reduction in arc stability. Okay, so if there is a reduction, meaning from high, it turns to low. Okay, there is a reduction. So if it is the problem, you should know what is the cause of this situation. Is it malfunction of the welding machine's cooling fan? Is it faulty workpiece grounding? Is it faulty electrode holder cable connection? Or outdated welding helmet? So what's your answer? Okay, let me plug first my charger. Okay. The correct answer is faulty electrode holder cable connection. Okay, you must check the connection or the cable of your electrode holder to check and to make sure that the arc is stable, so that the arc produced by the machine is stable, not erratic and not reduction from high into low. Next, a welder is performing heavy duty welding tasks, but notice that the electrode holder starts to emit smoke. So that's the problem. The electrode holder emits smoke. That's not ideal. That's not safe. The usually if you are welding, the electrode you are using must must emit or produce smoke, but not the electrode holder itself. So what is the most likely cause? Is it A, electrode is too small for the job? Is it B, electrode holder is damaged or worn? Or the ground clamp is incorrectly connected? Or letter D, the welding machine's power supply is insufficient. So if your electrode holder starts to emit smoke, meaning there's a problem with your electrode holder. Is it already damaged or worn out? Next, the welder is using a long extension cord to connect the welding machine. There is a noticeable voltage drop and arc instability. So which accessory should be checked first? So the situation is you are using long extension cord. And since you are using long extension cord, the problem here, there is a voltage drop and instability of your arc. So if it happens to you, you should check first what? The extension cord capacity, welding helmet length, workpiece alignment, or ground clamp attachment. So again, let's go back to the problem. The problem is voltage drop and arc instability. And the reason why for this, because you are using long extension cord. So what should be checked first? You must check the cord capacity or the extension cord capacity. Because letter B is not the correct answer. It's not related to the problem. Workpiece alignment, your material, metal plate, not related to the problem. Ground clamp attachment, not the best answer. Next, the welder is having difficulty controlling the heat settings on the machine. Which part could be malfunctioning? Here, the problem is difficulty in controlling heat settings on the machine. So if there is a problem on controlling heat setting on the machine, then you should check what? The electrode selection, ground clamp, electrode holder, or welding machine dial or control panel. Let's start with letter D. Electrode selection. I think it's not the best answer because you can choose different types or variety of electrode and it has own purpose. But the problem is controlling the heat setting. So it's not the correct answer. Ground clamp is also not the correct answer because ground clamp, its purpose is to have ground and to have a circuit. Next, electrode holder. Electrode holder is responsible to hold the electrode. And again, the problem is controlling the heat settings on the machine. So you must adjust or check the control panel. Okay? Or selector knob of your welding machine. Okay? Welding machine, dial, or control panel. Next, the welding rod keeps breaking during use. Wait, what part or accessory might need to be checked? Okay? What's the problem here? Your rod or your electrode keeps breaking during use. Is it because of your ground clamp? Or is it because your electrode holder? Is it because your electrode size and type? Or your welding helmet? So let's lessen the choices. Let's remove the wrong answer. Welding helmet does not concern with the problem. And also, ground clamp and electrode holder. So the correct answer, why your rod keeps on breaking, because of the size and the type of electrode you use. Sometimes if you use fake or what do you call that? Fake or China made electrode, usually they easily bend, they easily break while you are using it. And usually if you turn the machine into high voltage, your electrode, if it is small electrode, small type of electrode like A6013, it usually bend, turns red, and then later on turns into black color. Then break it. Next, number 40. After some time, the welder noticed that the machine arc becomes weaker. What accessory could be responsible for this issue? The problem is your machine's arc becomes weaker. Okay? The arc produced by the machine becomes weaker. Almost the same with the problem earlier. What accessory could be responsible for this issue? A. Electrode holder's cable. B. Ground clamp connection or power supply cable, letter C. Or letter D. Cooling fan of the machine. Of course, the correct answer is ground clamp connection. If the ground clamp is not properly attached to your workpiece or to your metal plate, then the arc produced by the machine becomes weaker. Without ground clamp, there would be no arc produced by the machine. If you put the ground clamp with the metal with rust or with paints, it will not produce arc. So you must check your ground clamps connection. Okay, for question number 41 to 50, it is concerned with the 5S principle, okay, that made from Japan or originated from Japan. After finishing a welding job, a welder leaves the electrode holder on the floor and tools are scattered around the machine, which 5S principle has been neglected. Again, the problem is you as a welder, you just leave the electrode holder on the floor and then your tools are scattered around the machine. It's like a messy room, a messy shop. Which principle has been neglected? Is it sort or set in order? Is it shine or standardize? Set in order. You neglect the set in order because your tools is just scattered anyway, anywhere. Okay. Next, the welding machine operator notices that several unnecessary items are occupying the welding workspace, causing difficulty in moving around. Which step of 5S should be applied first? What's the problem here? As a operator, you notice what? Several unnecessary items are occupying the welding workspace. Because it occupied the workspace, there's a difficulty in moving around. So you should apply what? Sort. You must sort the things you had. You must sort the tools, the materials, the equipment, and put in the right place so that you can move around so that it will not occupy the spaces that is that is uh intended for actual or performance so that it will not cause delay. Okay? Next, a welder regularly check the condition of power cord, electrode holder, ground clamp, and then cleaning them after use. By doing that, which 5S principle is the welder following? Again, what the welder did is checking the condition of power cord, electrode holder, and ground clamp. After checking, cleaning them after use. So, checking and cleaning, that is the principle of 5S under shine, set in order, sustain, or standardize. Is it what? Shine. You are checking in cleaning. That is shine 5S. Next, the welding area is consistently organized with tools placed in designated spots. Labels are used for easy identification. What? Step in 5S. So you're doing organizing tools properly. Okay? With its designated spots, you put labels for easy identification. If you did that, that is what? That is set and order. You are setting in order all the things, making it the tools organized, put it in designated spots, and then put labels so that you can identify it easily. During routine inspection, the welder finds several broken or worn out tools and parts in the storage area. Which 5S principle should be applied to address this issue? What's the issue? What's the problem? You find out that there are several broken or worn out tools or parts in the storage area. So if you find out that thing, you must apply what? Sustain, sort, set in order, or standardize. What's your answer? Sort. You must sort it. Tools that are broken, tools that can be repaired, separate them. Tools that in good condition, okay. That is sorting things out. Putting together those things that could be repaired, putting together those tools or parts that will not be used anymore, tools that would be for condemn, etc. That is sort. A welding shop implements daily cleaning routine, making sure the welding machine, the tools, accessories are free from dust and debris. This is an example of which 5S step. So again, what the welder did is daily cleaning routine and then making sure that they are free from dust and debris, the tools that they had. That is it shine? Is it set in order? Is it sort or is it sustain? If you are cleaning it daily, making it sure that that these tools are free from dust and debris, then you are doing shine. That is 5 principle. Shine. A welder team creates checklists to ensure that the welding area is clean and organized at the end of each shift. This checklist helps everyone maintain the organization. So if you are doing or creating checklists to ensure the area is clean, so that is a 5S principle. And that is under sustain. To sustain to sustain and to maintain the cleanliness of the organization. Again, if you are making checklist to maintain or to sustain the cleanliness, that is under sustain. A welder noticed that some tools are frequently misplaced, leading to time spent searching for them. What should be done according to the 5S methodology to improve this? What's the problem here? The problem is frequently misplaced tools. And then, because of frequently misplaced, it leads to the time spent searching for them. So, for that situation, you must do this 5S. What specific 5S methodology to improve the situation? Is it sort tools that are not needed? Is it shine the tools more frequently? Or is it standardize the tools location? Or sustain the current organization? Again, the problem, frequently misplaced. And then, occupied or you are spending time searching for the frequently misplaced tools. So you must do what? Standardize the tools location so that anytime you can find easily, immediately the tools where it is located. Next, welder is in charge of maintaining a tidy and organized welding machine area. But over time, the observed clutter is building up again. Which 5 steps should they take to prevent this? So what's the problem here? They observe the clutter is building up. The dirt is building up again. So the question is, which step should you take to prevent this from happening? So to avoid building up clutter again from your tools, you must do sustain. Sustain the cleanliness. Sustain or maintain the tidy and organized welding machine area so that the building up of clutter will be avoided. After completing a welding project, a welder systematically organized work area, removing unnecessary items and labeling shelves for better tool storage. Which 5S step are they applying? Okay? So the problem here, it's not the problem. It is the application of 5S. What particular application? What the welder do or what the welder did? Systematically organize the work area. Second, remove the unnecessary item. Third, labeling shelves for better tool storage. So by doing that, you apply the 5S. What particular 5S? Set in order. You are setting things in order by labeling shelves, removing unnecessary, and systematically organize the work area. That is set in order. So that's the end of our review for the part 2 in third quarter exam.